So the Fredericksburg Civil Rights Trail is now a part of the National Civil Rights Trail. This is Shiloh Baptist Church. I grew up in this church, and my parents were the leadership here.
Yeah.
My dad was the pastor for 50 years, and so I know this place well. Everything that Shiloh was outside of here, all of the activity that happened within the community began in this place and began with the pastors who were here. One of the early pastors, Reverend George Dixon, who we've never found a photograph of, was very, very instrumental in that. He was actually born a slave. He left the area to become free. He came back to pastor the church. He was also a member of the state convention for the Constitution revision for Virginia in Reconstruction, where, of course, there was a lot of black voting. So B.H. Hester was another one of the pastors, and he was very focused on education. And he was also the one who started the Shiloh Herald, which was a newspaper.
Okay. Yeah.
One of the things that he really strived to do was to speak truth to power, if you will. And so he would do editorials about any number of things in the Shiloh Herald. I actually had a chance to meet him and knew the family. Yeah, knew the family. And so that continued to grow within the fellowship. And then my dad came. And he came here in 1962 with my mom. And they started, their tenure here at the church. I really feel like my dad was kind of the fruit of all of this labor that had happened, the seeds that were planted by Reverend Dixon, and then, the growth that happened under B.H. Hester and others as well. Reverend Dixon actually fled from Fredericksburg out of slavery to freedom to D.C. in 1862. Wow. And my parents came here from Washington, D.C. in 1962. So there's that centennial exchange.
Right.
Yeah. Another great parallel between Dixon and my dad is that my dad also sought public office, and he also sought to put people in places of power and influence who were people of color, because there wasn't a lot of that then. And they were able to successfully put people on the school board, on commissions, and also in city offices and things like that. 100 years from the time that Reverend Dixon ran unsuccessfully for city council in 1876. My dad ran for mayor in 1976 and became the first black mayor.
Ooh.
So again, that 100 years.
Parallels.
Yes, it is incredible. It is incredible. And you just, things like that don't happen by accident. Yes. So this is fantastic location, fantastic people, and a wonderful history.
Love that.
So here we are. We are at our second stop, which was the former site of the best bus station, Trailways Bus Station, which was also the site of the Freedom Riders' first stop after they left Washington, D.C. So the Freedom Riders were trying to integrate or make it possible for people of all nationalities and colors to come together, to eat together, to be able to receive the same services all over the country. They came here, they went to the lunch counters to see if they could be served, and they were without event here. But leading that was a group called the Congress on Racial Equality, which was founded by James Farmer, who was not only very, very well known in the civil rights movement, but also was a professor at Mary Washington College right here in Fredericksburg.
Wow.
And now there is a multicultural center that's named after him.
Okay.
So that's a fantastic fact here.
Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Doing well, yourself?
Oh, so good. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having us.
So this is currently, it's called Foodie, but this intersection here, very important one. This used to be the Farmers Bank building, and then later the National Bank building, built in 1820, one of the longest running banks in the history of the United States. And so we are super happy to be on the National Registry and really happy and proud to be a part of such a significant movement in Fredericksburg, which is to recognize African American history and the contributions that we've had. So this was the home and workplace of slave John Washington. And in the 1800s, he emancipated himself. He escaped out here, crossed the Rappahannock, and found his way to freedom. And that was one of the launching points for the actual amendment to abolish slavery. So we are humbled and honored to be in the same building where he walked and where his soul touched these walls. And that's where we are every single day. And it's a blessing.
Excellent.
So we should go inside.
Absolutely.
All right. This is the chef dining room. It's one of my favorite rooms in the restaurant for a million reasons, not the least of which is John Washington and this amazing portrait that we have on the wall. It was done by local artist Gabe Pons. He's insanely talented. And what we did was we picked an excerpt from the book that capsulized what we felt was so telling about John Washington's story and the story of so many slaves, which is this separation between them and the things that they wanted to do and the things that they wanted to touch and the things that they wanted to enjoy and smell. And that's what that caption is. And so when you step away from it, you can see his beautiful face, but when you come up close, you can read his words, and it's just everything. And it's so deliberate that we have it here in this place of prominence over the mantle, and that he's facing our chefs. And we open the doors and we let the people who are enjoying the food see them and see their work, and they can see the people, and those barriers are gone. And we're so, so proud to be here.
What do you think about just the time that we had together?
For me personally, to come back to my hometown and hear about all these different things that I didn't learn about when I was in school here. Such important information to know, especially as a young Black man raising beautiful Black children. And I'm just so grateful to live the life that I live today, and to be able to take my boys and travel the way that we travel in Virginia, freely, comfortably, safely.
So I'm so glad that you were able to join today, and
Thank you.
that we were able to take this little tour together, and
Yes.
to do some more of the trail at another time, see
Oh,
some
man.
more of the sites, and learn some more
Yes.
of the amazing history.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for bringing them to.
Absolutely. Thank you.